Baltimore, Ohio Mount Clare building.
The Mount Clare building was built in 1829. Also, it would even service locomotives as well. Also, it's got a turntable inside that is 8 feet long. Also, at this location, the country's first steam locomotive was built by Peter Cooper at the nearby Canton Iron Works. The railroad began building locomotives at Mount Clare, as well as freight and passenger equipment, as well as bridges, which were made at the location in the 1950s, and other railroad equipment. Ross Winonis and Phineas Davis, who were pioneers in locomotive design, built their inventions at the shops. In the 1850s, a roundhouse, engine service, and car shops and a new depot were also built at Mount Clare during that period. Also, after the Civil War, the railroad built a foundry and a blacksmith shop, additional car shops, and an office building at Mount Clare. In 1882, the railroad added a bridge fabrication shop, a circular passenger car shop. This building was constructed that time. It was 235 feet in diameter and 123 feet high. The structure was designed by architect E. Francis Baldwin and was completed in 1884. At the time of completion, it was the largest circular industrial building in the world. Then, in 1948, the last steam locomotive was built by the shops. The railroad abandoned use of the circular car shop in 1953, and soon the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum was started, and this building was soon made available for the museum. In 1962, a fire destroyed the Mount Clare locomotive erecting shop. Only car repairs were continued at Mount Clare until 1974, when all shop work on the site was discontinued. By this time, many of the buildings were in disrepair, and most were demolished by 1976, except for those used by the museum. The successor railroad company sold portions of the property and 40 acres of the Mount Clare site to the museum. The building started housing historic pieces inside it, including most of the equipment that was displayed at the Fair of the Iron Horse in 1927, 100 years after the first railroad was built. In the winter of 2003, half the roof was collapsed by a 3-foot snowfall and high winds, and some pieces in the collection and smaller exhibits were damaged, and the museum had to stay closed for 22 months, and the roof was being rebuilt for that matter. Once the project was complete, the museum reopened to the public. Also attached to the building is the Mount Clare Depot, which is the oldest surviving building on the museum property and was built in 1851 and served passenger trains. It also provided improved passenger service for the Baltimore's southwest neighborhoods. Today, it houses some of the exhibits and even has an information desk and the museum's gift shop as well. Also, through the doors from the parking lot is the main way to enter the grounds, and some events you may have to enter through different ways. Well,